We got the truck all masked off. It's probably not gonna be the best job, but considering it's bed liner, I'm not too concerned. So my ideal plan is to get some coverage on the side of the frame, on the top of the frame, a little bit on the insides, what you can see right there, that little bit back there, and that's pretty much it. Now here's, you guys can see I left a couple spots. I didn't really care to sit there and fill that and put a bunch of heat in there and put a bunch of welding material. You can also see a bunch of little divots. I'm just being honest with everyone. I'm trying to show everyone that this truck is not perfect, and I'm not trying to make it perfect. So you can see all those little holes I could fill with more weld and then just grind it off. But once again, that's more heat, which I do not want to put more heat into this frame, considering it has been welded across the whole thing twice on both sides. So that's already plenty of heat, in my opinion. And I could put body fill or something on there, but that's just way too much time, and I don't care to make it a show truck. I know I'm putting effort. Some people say, well, just go the extra mile. Yeah, but the extra mile, that little bit, takes a lot of time, and I have plenty of other projects that I'd rather work on than to make this thing perfect and then be too scared to drive it. So that's another thing, is if I make this too nice, I'm not going to want to drive it. Guys, well, I'm about to start mixing this up to put it in. So what I have here is Raptor. This is the tintable kind, you can see right there. They do sell this in black, but this is the tintable one, so you could put any color and essentially it'll come out the color you want. So I'm going to be doing mine pink. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to get 4 ounces of this and mix it into this bottle, and then I'm going to get 8 ounces of this hardener, and I'm going to put this into the bottle, shake it for 2 minutes, and then this kit actually comes with a little spray gun, so I'm going to stick the spray gun in there and just spray it out, and it's that easy. Now you could put red paint in there or green paint, whatever color you want, and the bed liner will come out that color. This is actually pretty cool if you want to paint match your bed liner to your car, or if you just want to make something wild like what I'm trying to do right now. I do have some clear over here, so I'm going to try to get a little bit of pearl that I got offline. It's pretty bright stuff. You can see it's a very different, so I'm going to see. They couldn't get me a bright enough color, and the brighter the color got, essentially, the more expensive. So I just opted for this, and I'm going to try to put some of this powder pigment into the clear and just spray clear on top of the bed liner. Now, you're not supposed to really put clear on top. It doesn't hurt it, and it doesn't really benefit it, since the Raptor liner itself is super durable. But I'm just doing the clear coat as an inner coat just to get the pigment on top of the bed liner, but not so much a clear coat to have a clear coat finish and it's super shiny. That's not what I'm going for. And just for anyone wondering, we are doing this in the front yard, just me and my dad experimenting. So if we get a little bit of dust in there, I don't care. If it comes out wrinkled, I don't care. I'm just out here to have fun with my dad and just experiment. But look at that pink color. Yeah, you. Honestly, man, this right here is what life is about. Hanging out with my dad, making memories, fixing up an old junk truck, literally just to do something together, to have a hobby together. Now, I know some people build their cars to go to shows and to win awards, and that's really all they care about, and that's cool, don't get me wrong. Obviously, you know, who doesn't like to be awarded for their hard work and their time that goes into their car? But for me, working on a car is just bonding time with your friends and family, and that's why a lot of people see me and they say, why is this kid building old cars? Why is he wasting his money? Just because I like to make memories. I like to work on cars. That way, when you guys see this truck in person and you think, why is it so rough? Well, just so you know, I did it with the intent to hang out with my dad and not to win an award. But enough talking. Let's get started. Let's get mixing, and we'll start spraying. So once again, 8 ounces of the hardener is going to go into this bottle. For each bottle we use, I think we should only use about 1 bottle, and then 4 ounces of your color or your tint. In my case, I'm using pink. So for anyone wondering, it's white. So when I do tint it, it's probably going to get a lighter shade of pink, which is totally fine. Get it in the video so you guys can see. Here's a little update on how it's coming along. I was expecting there to be a lot more overspray, but there's actually not that much. Now, obviously, spots like this, I wasn't very careful, and that's fine because I'm going to be painting the racks anyways, and I'm probably also going to be doing the racks with the same Raptor liner, considering the kit I got, the smallest one was 4 full bottles, and this is about 3/4 of a bottle. So still have a bunch left. I still have a bunch left over, so I'm probably just gonna end up using it on the racks. This stuff is super durable. I've seen it used in truck beds and it's held up very good to just throw in tools and stuff in there. So I don't see why just the chassis of the truck shouldn't be able to withstand a couple rocks and stuff on the freeway. Now, obviously, if someone comes in here and they get a screwdriver and pick at it, yeah, I'm sure it'll get messed up. But considering, you know, comparing this to your standard like 2K paint where you have your base coat and your clear coat, that stuff would get scratched so easily, especially on the frame, and especially you getting in and out and working on the truck and doing whatever you got to do under here, it would just get super messed up. Plus, I think you have to be a little bit more careful when you wash it or you clean the frame. You got to make sure not to put any more scratches. Versus this, I could just hose this thing off and call it a day. So yeah, I'm super pumped. I honestly don't know why more people don't do this. Maybe they do, I just don't know of it. But from what I've seen, I tried doing research on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, asking, you know, see if other people use bed liner on their frames. And the only people that I do see that use bed liner on their frames are the big 4x4 guys, but they always just do like a black color. So obviously if they're using it for their 4x4s and it's held up great, I don't see why me street driving my truck should be any issue. And the fact that it's pink is just that much cooler. And for anyone wondering why I did pink, because I'm building this truck to be an old school 80s themed mini truck, and that was one of those popular colors from back in the day. So that's what I'm trying to keep it, is that era, trying to keep it alive. So my plan is to do a bunch of neon colors throughout the truck. I'm just starting off with the pink right now. The truck is going to be a dark metallic blue for the actual body of the truck, and then I plan on doing little neon colors here and there to kind of set it off. You gotta already see I have my Moon Eyes fuzzy Dyson there to match the frame of the truck. Pretty good match, actually. So I just sprayed a little bit on here just to get an idea. So let's go mix up a little bit of clear and spray it on here and see if we're gonna be doing clear on here or we're just gonna leave it the way it is. Honestly, I think it's pretty bright as it is. I wanted it to be super bright and I think it's pretty much that already. So I don't really know if I need to do the neon pink pearl, but let's give it a shot. Well, now it's been drying for a little while. Now I could touch it. Still a little, I'd call it dry now. But now is the fun part of unmasking it all and seeing what parts I missed. Now I did miss a little bit right here because there's a cylinder in the way. And yes, I could have unbolted the cylinder. And like I said, been a little bit more careful, but I wasn't. So I missed the spot right there. So I went and got some paint at Lowe's. It's like berry pink. This is the closest color that I could find, and even this color is different because what I did, let me see the difference right there. It's fine though because at least it's pink versus before it was black. So this is a different color because the color I did, for one, I technically added white to it because of the Raptor liner, so it made it a little lighter than what it should have been with the code. And then I did end up doing some clear with that little bit of pearl or whatever you want to call it. I got that off Amazon, and I gave it a little like a neon texture. So I did it almost like a inner coat to throw a little bit of neon pink on there to brighten it up, and it definitely did brighten it up. Right now it's a little dark, but once I did that, I took a picture, and I have two pictures side by side, and you can see in the picture after I did it, it literally looks like it's glowing almost, which is exactly what I wanted. So if anyone is after that look, maybe you guys can try that as well. But yeah, now we're gonna unmask this. My dad's already getting a little bit of a head start. Gas tanks all beat up, so I'm probably just gonna hopefully maybe get a whole new one, maybe a chrome one, or maybe paint match it or do something. I don't know, but that's for later down the road. Right now, the only reason I did the bed liner and painted the frame was because I was working on the rack. And since I was working on the rack already, I figured, you know what, I might as well clean up the frame a little bit, since I never did that step. And then once I cleaned it, I was like, well, you know what, I might as well paint it. And then if I'm gonna paint it, I might as well do something crazy. So it kind of just escalated, but this doesn't mean that the truck's almost finished. It doesn't mean I'm almost gonna paint the truck. I just felt like doing this because I was down here. This might all get beat up when the rack hits it and it rubs on it and stuff like that. So I might end up redoing this to a whole different color. But the reason I thought about pink was because when I was making my reinforcement plates on the side, I ended up using hot pink cardboard to trace my stencil out. And when I did that, it gave me the idea to do pink. All right, so I got everything masked off for the most part, so I can start spraying it with this satin black. I tried it the other day. It's a little bit semi-gloss, but it's okay. I'm just gonna paint everything black just so it doesn't look super rusty like that, and so that doesn't look like that. But like I said, all this is probably gonna come back out, and I'm probably gonna do something to match the frame, not the same color, but something wild. But for now, I'm just doing this so that it looks somewhat decent. It doesn't look all rusty and ugly, and then the frame looks all nice. It's not perfect, but I'll tell you what, it definitely looks a lot better. I almost want to just powder coat whatever I painted right now and just get it powder coated black. I was gonna go crazy with it, but I do like the semi-gloss. So if I were to powder coat it, it would look pretty much identical. It would just be really, really durable. It's looking sweet. Cleaned up the pumps a little bit. Still gotta polish them up, but I just wiped them down because they had a whole bunch of dirt and grime on there from just never cleaning them. The way this color just pops is insane. So I think it pops because of the way I did the clear on here. I think that makes it look more like a highlighter color, because before it looked good, but it looked more like that, more a little pale. ¿Te gusta o qué?
Nada, Mira.
Del 1 a 10, ¿cuánto?
El 10.
That says 10 out of 10. I'll take it.